Welcome children. In the last video we studied about image formation in plane mirrors. Today we are dealing with image formation in spherical mirrors. And we know that there are two types of spherical mirrors, concave mirror and convex mirror. Whenever an object is in front of this spherical mirror, image will be formed. And the size of the image as well as nature of the image depends on the position of the object. That means at which place we are placing the object. So it depends on the location of the object. So where we are placing the object. So based on that one, this nature of image will change. So sometimes the image may be real, sometimes it may be virtual, and similarly size also will change. Sometimes the image may be diminished, sometimes it may be enlarged, and all these things depends upon the position of the object. Okay. So in order to find the image of an object, suppose object is placed in front of the spherical mirror, and we have to find the image. We have to draw ray diagrams. So ray diagrams are diagrams drawn with the help of light rays. So in order to get the image of a particular object, suppose I need the image of this object, and this object is placed in front of a spherical mirror, and if I need the image of this particular object, at least we should need two light rays coming from the object. Okay, and where this reflected light rays from this object is meeting, there only we are getting the image. So at least we have to consider two light rays. Okay, so in order to draw ray diagrams, first of all we have to study some rules for drawing the ray diagrams. Rules. First one, so we have to study the rules in the case of concave mirror as well as for a convex mirror. Okay, so first of all I am drawing a concave mirror. This is a concave mirror. Mark pole. This is principal axis, and first rule is a light ray passing parallel to the principal axis after reflection passes through the focus. So first one, a light ray passing parallel to the principal axis. This light ray is coming from any object in front of the mirror. Okay, and this one is a reflecting surface. So in front of the mirror we are placing an object, and this light ray is coming parallel to the principal axis after reflection passes through the focus. So this point is the focus. Okay, so first rule is a light ray passing parallel to the principal axis in case of concave mirror after reflection passes through the focus. And focus is here means we can mark the center of curvature twice the distance. So here we can mark the center of curvature, and I am drawing a dotted line from center of curvature to the point of incidence. So this is called as the normal. Okay, and we know that this is the incident ray. Okay, so what is this angle? Angle of incidence. Last class I told. Okay, so this is angle of incidence, and this one is the reflected ray. This is normal, and this angle is called as angle of reflection. Clear? So first rule is a light ray passing parallel to the principal axis after reflection passes through the focus in case of concave mirror. So similarly, the first rule in the case of convex mirror. Convex mirror, pole, and I am drawing a principal axis here, principal axis, and consider one light ray passing parallel to the principal axis. Okay, and this is called as the incident ray, light ray passing parallel to the principal axis. So this is a convex mirror, that means diverging mirror. So what will happen to this light ray? This light ray may be diverging. So this light ray is diverging, but appears to diverge from the focus. Appears to diverge from the focus. So this is focus means twice the distance we can mark which one? Center of curvature. So once again, a light ray passing parallel to the principal axis in case of convex mirror after reflection appears to diverge from the focus. So this is diverging from the focus. So similarly, I am drawing a dotted line from center of curvature to the point of incidence here. Okay, so here I told you this is the incident ray and this is the normal. So what about this angle now? Angle of incidence. So this is angle of incidence, and this is the reflected ray. So what is this angle now? Angle of reflection. Clear? So in the case of convex mirror, a light ray passing parallel to the principal axis after reflection appears to diverge from the principal focus in case of convex mirror. So here it is passing through the focus. Okay, so this is the first rule in case of spherical mirrors. Okay. Now, second rule. It is just opposite of the first rule. First rule what we said, a light ray passing parallel to the principal axis after reflection passes through the focus. So second rule is a light ray passing through the focus after reflection passes parallel to the principal axis. Okay. So first of all I am drawing for concave mirror. This is pole, principal axis, and suppose I am putting focus somewhere here. So this is the focus, and consider one light ray passing through the focus and touches the mirror. So this light ray is passing through the focus and touches the mirror. Okay. So what will happen? It may reflect. So after reflection it passes parallel to the principal axis. It is going parallel to the principal axis. Here. So just opposite of the first one. Okay. So light ray passing through the focus after reflection passes parallel to the principal axis. So here also we can draw the normal. At twice distance we can mark which one? Center of curvature. And I am putting a dotted line. That is a normal. And here this is the incident ray. The light ray is passing through focus. So this angle is angle of incidence. And what about this one? Angle of reflection. Because light ray after reflection passes parallel to the principal axis. Then we are doing for which one? Convex mirror. So second rule for convex mirror. So this is pole and principal axis. Here a light ray which is directing towards the focus. Suppose I am drawing a light ray. So this is the light ray, and suppose I am extending this light ray. It means which point? Focus. So this light ray is coming from the object, and this light ray is directing towards the focus. So a light ray which is directing towards the focus after reflection passes parallel to the principal axis. So after reflection what will happen? It may pass parallel. It is passing parallel to the principal axis. So a light ray which is directed towards the focus after reflection passes parallel to the principal axis. And here also if you want you can mark center of curvature. Center of curvature here, and I am drawing a dotted line. Dotted line here, and here what is the incident ray? This one. This is the incident ray. It is directing towards the focus. So this is angle of incidence, and this going parallel means there is a reflection. This is angle of reflection. Clear? So a light ray which is directing towards the focus after reflection passes parallel to the principal axis. This is the second rule in case of concave as well as convex mirror. Okay. The next one. Next, third rule. So third rule for concave. So this is pole and principal axis. So this is the principal axis, and suppose I am keeping focus somewhere here. Focus, and twice the distance we can mark which one? Center of curvature. So next rule is light ray which is passing through center of curvature after reflection retrace its path. That means it is going back along the same path. Okay. So consider one light ray passing through the center of curvature. passes through the center of curvature and meet the mirror. So what will happen to this light ray? This light ray will be coming along the same path. It retraces its path. Okay. So light ray passing through center of curvature retrace its path. Okay. Similar in the case of which one? Convex mirror. Convex mirror. This is the pole. Principal axis. Now here we are saying a light ray which is directed towards the center of curvature. Suppose I am drawing a light ray here. Light ray, and I am extending this one to the opposite side. It meets at center of curvature. So this light ray is directed towards the center of curvature, and after reflection what will happen? It may retrace its path. So it is going back along the same path. Okay. So light ray which is directing towards the center of curvature, after reflection retrace its path. So this is the third rule. Okay. Now one more rule is there. Fourth one. First of all, I am drawing a concave mirror. Concave mirror, pole, principal axis, and I am taking a light ray which falls obliquely on the principal axis at this pole. Suppose I am drawing a incident ray. So this light ray is incident obliquely. Obliquely means making some angle with the principal axis. So this light ray falls obliquely on the principal axis. At pole, what will happen? It may reflect back. Obliquely, making the same angle. That means this is R. So I must be equal to R. So a light ray which falls obliquely on the principal axis at pole, after reflection it passes obliquely making same angle. That means I must be equal to R. Obliquely means making some angle with the principal axis. So this light ray is making some angle with the principal axis. So when this light ray falls obliquely on the principal axis, after reflection it passes obliquely making the same angle. That means I must be equal to R. This is the incident ray and this one is the reflected ray, and this I must be equal to R. So this is in the case of which one? Concave mirror. Similarly we can draw for convex mirror. Pole, a principal axis. Here point is same only. A light ray which falls obliquely. Light ray which falls obliquely on the principal axis reflects back making the same angle. That means this is I and this is R, and always I must be equal to R. Okay. A light ray which falls obliquely on the principal axis at pole, after reflection passes obliquely making the same angle. That is I must be equal to R. So this is the fourth rule. So in order to get image, I told you at least 2 light rays are needed. So we can use any 2 of the rules. So here we studied 4 rules. So we can use any 2 rules to draw the ray diagrams to find the image. Clear? These are the 4 rules for drawing ray diagrams. So first of all, we can study about image formation in concave mirror. I told you by changing the position of object, we can change the size of the image as well as we can change the nature of the image also. So at different position of the object we have to find the image. Okay. So first of all, first one, when the object is at infinity, object is at infinity, object is at infinity, where we are getting the image in case of concave mirror, that we have to draw. Okay, so first of all, I have to draw the concave mirror. Concave mirror, pole, and I am drawing the principal axis. And here I told object is at infinity, we don't know, somewhere at a distance the object is. So whenever the object is at a distance, we are considering light rays coming parallel from that object. So all the light rays must be parallel to the principal axis. So I am considering, I told you, so in order to get the image, at least we need 2 rays. So I am also taking 2 light rays and consider one light ray coming parallel to the principal axis. So this is a light ray coming from the object passing parallel to the principal axis. So according to the first rule, already we studied, whenever a light ray passes parallel to the principal axis, after reflection passes through the focus. So this light ray also will be passing through the focus. This point may be the focus. Similarly, I am taking another one light ray coming from the same object, same thing, that means parallel light ray. I am taking only the parallel light ray. Consider another one parallel light ray. Another one parallel light ray coming from the object. After reflection, what will happen? It also passes through the focus. So this light ray is also passing through the focus. So here consider one light ray passing parallel to the principal axis. After reflection passes through the focus. Similarly, I am taking another one light ray coming from the object. It is parallel to the principal axis. After reflection passes through the focus. So we can see that both the light rays are meeting at a point, that means focus. That means we are getting the image at focus. So whenever the object is at infinity, image will be at focus. Image will be at focus. Image is at focus. And what about the size of the image? We are getting only a point here, isn't it? That means the image may be point size, the highly diminished. So size of the image is highly diminished. Highly diminished point size. Highly diminished point size the image. So we got the position of image. That means we are getting the image at focus. And what is the size of the image? Highly diminished point size image. And what is the nature of the image? That means whether the image is real or virtual. So here we can see that both the light rays are actually meeting. So actually meeting means actually maybe which image only? Real image. So we are getting a real image here. So nature of the image is real. Real means it may be inverted also. Always I told you all the real images are inverted also. So we can say real and inverted. So all the real images are inverted and all the virtual images are erect. So this is the first ray diagram. So that means the object is at infinity. So where is the image? We are getting the image at focus. So what about the size of the image? Highly diminished point size image we are getting, very small image. And nature of the image is real and inverted. That means we are actually the light rays are meeting there. So it may be a real image. So always all the real images may be inverted also. The last video I told you. So all the real images may be inverted. So this is the first case. Then we can go for the second one. So second one, object beyond C. That means object is beyond center of curvature. So we are placing the object beyond center of curvature and we have to find the position of the image. So I am drawing a concave mirror. Pole, principal axis. Okay, and I am marking focus somewhere here. Focus, and twice the distance we can mark which one? Center of curvature. So I am putting center of curvature somewhere here. Okay, and we are placing object beyond C. So beyond C we are placing the object. So the object normally we are placing as putting as arrow only. So I am putting an arrow here. Arrow means it shows the object. So I am placing an object somewhere here. So this is the object AB. I am taking this object as AB. So this is the object and we are placing the object beyond C. So I told you in order to get the image at least we need 2 light rays. Okay. So first light ray I am taking as a light ray passing parallel to the principal axis. So consider one light ray coming from the object passing parallel to the principal axis. Passing parallel. So consider one light ray passing parallel to the principal axis coming from the object. We know that according to first rule, after reflection passes through which point? Through the focus. It passes through the focus. So this light ray is passing through the focus. So one light ray I put. That means a light ray passing parallel to the principal axis after reflection passes through the focus. Second one I am taking just opposite of this one. That is a light ray passing through focus after reflection passes parallel to the principal axis. So what is the second rule? A light ray passing through the focus after reflection passes parallel to the principal axis. So I am taking another one light ray coming from the object. Another one light ray which is passing through the focus. Okay. So what will happen after reflection passes parallel to the principal axis? So this light ray is passing parallel to the principal axis. So after reflection, light ray passes parallel to the principal axis. So we can see that this is the first reflected ray and this is the second reflected ray. Both the light rays are meeting at this point. That means between C and F. And this point, meeting point is below the principal axis. That means the image may be inverted upside down. So whenever we are getting an image below the principal axis, it may be an inverted image. So you will be getting an upside down image like this. If the object is like this means you will be getting the images upside down. So we are getting the image between C and F. Okay. And from the figure itself we can identify. So this is the object and this one is the image. So what about the size of the image? It is somewhat diminished. Compared to object, the size of the image is diminished here. Okay. So I have taken 2 light rays. One light ray coming from the object parallel to the principal axis after reflection passes through the focus. Another one light ray passing through the focus after reflection passes parallel to the principal axis. And both the reflected light rays are meeting at a point here and this point is below the principal axis. So it is really which one only? A real image only, inverted image. And we are getting the image between C and F. So object is beyond C, image we are getting between C and F. Between C and F. Between C and F. And what is the size of the image? Size of the image is diminished. And nature of the image is here light rays are actually meeting, so the image is real as well as inverted. Real and inverted. So this is the second ray diagram. That is object is beyond C. When object is beyond C, we are getting the image between C and F. Size of the image is diminished and nature of the image is real as well as inverted. Okay. Next is third one. Third one, object at C. Object at C. That means at center of curvature. So I am taking a concave mirror. concave mirror, pole, principal axis, and taking focus somewhere here, and this is center of curvature, and I am taking object at center of curvature itself. Suppose this is the object AB is the object, clear? So we are placing an object at center of curvature itself, and here also we are taking two light rays. In order to get the image, we should need two light rays. So first one is a light ray passing parallel to the principal axis. Light ray passing parallel to the principal axis coming from the object. After reflection, what will happen? We already know first rule, passes through the focus. It passes through the focus. Okay, so this is the reflected ray. Light ray passing parallel to the principal axis. After reflection, passes through the focus. Then second rule, a light ray passing through the focus. A light ray passing through the focus. After reflection, passes parallel to the principal axis. Parallel to the principal axis. So here we can see that we are getting the image at C itself. So we should get the image at C itself. So we are placing the object at C and we are getting the image also at C. So when we are placing the object at C, we are getting the image also at C. Size of the image may be same. Okay. So whenever we are placing the object at C, we are getting the image also at C itself. The size of the image may be same. So when you are drawing with the scales and all, it may be more clear. So anyway, we are getting the image at C itself. Clear? And here also we are getting the image upside down. This is the upside down image. The image we are getting below the principal axis. So it may be which image only? Inverted image. So whenever we are placing the object at C, we are getting the image also at C itself. The size of the image may be same and it is real as well as inverted. So we have taken two light rays here. Light ray passing parallel to the principal axis, passing through the focus after reflection. Similarly, another one light ray passing through focus after reflection passes parallel to the principal axis, and both the light rays are meeting at the point which one? At C itself. Okay. So here image we are getting at C itself. The image is at C itself. Then what about the size of the image? Same size as that of the object. Same size as that of the object. When you are using scale and all, you will be getting clearly at the C itself. Clear? So same size as that of the object. Then nature of the image is real and inverted. So this is object AB, and this image, if you want, you can mark it as A dash B dash. Upside down, no, so we can put A dash down here and B dash you can put up. So A dash B dash is the image. So when the object is at C, image also we are getting at C itself, and size of the image is same and nature of the image is real as well as inverted. Okay. Then next one, fourth one. Object is between C and F. Object between C and F. Object is between C and F. So I am taking a concave mirror. So this is pole, principal axis, focus, twice the distance we can mark, center of curvature, and here we are placing the object between C and F. So between C and F I am placing the object. Somewhere here I am placing the object between C and F. So AB is the object. AB is the object and I am taking two light rays. First of all, a light ray passing parallel to the principal axis. A light ray from the object passing parallel to the principal axis. After reflection passes through the focus. So it passes through the focus. Here a light ray passing parallel to the principal axis. After reflection passes through the focus. So next one, a light ray passing through focus. A light ray passing through focus and meet at the mirror. So after reflection, passes parallel to the principal axis. So here both the light rays are meeting at a point beyond C. So we are getting the image. So this is C and we are getting the image beyond C. So beyond C we are getting the image. I am marking it as A dash, B dash. So A dash, B dash is the image. And from the figure itself, somewhat this image may be somewhat enlarged than the size of the object. So here we are placing the object between C and F. Okay, and consider one light ray passing parallel to the principal axis. After reflection passes through the focus. It is passing through the focus. Another one light ray passing through focus meet at the mirror, and after reflection passes parallel to the principal axis, and both these reflected light rays are meeting at a point beyond C. So we are getting the image beyond C. So here also we are getting the image below the principal axis. That means it may be an inverted image. Clear? So here image we are getting beyond C. Beyond C. Just opposite of the second one. That means when we are keeping the object beyond C, we are getting the image between C and F. Now we are placing object between C and F. So image we are getting beyond C. Now size of the image is enlarged. Compared to object, it is enlarged. Size of the image is enlarged. Then nature of the image, we know it is inverted, so it may be real also. So real and inverted. Real and inverted. Real and inverted. So this is object between C and F. So we studied 4 ray diagrams. First one, object is at infinity. The image we are getting at focus. Second one, object is beyond C. We are getting image between C and F. Then third one, object at C. We are getting image also at C. Then fourth one, object between C and F. The image we are getting beyond C. Now the fifth one, image object at focus. Object at focus. So the object we are placing at focus. Okay. So consider one concave mirror. Concave mirror, pole, and I am drawing the principal axis. And somewhere here is the focus, and somewhere here center of curvature, and here object is at focus only. So I am placing the object here. So this is the object, AB. AB is the object. We are placing at focus itself. So I am taking the first rule, a light ray passing parallel to the principal axis. After reflection passes through the focus. It passes through the focus. And similarly, I am taking another one light ray. That is third rule I am taking. Light ray passing through center of curvature, retrace its path. So I am drawing a light ray connecting center of curvature, object and the mirror. Okay. So this is the light ray passing through center of curvature. After reflection, it retraces its path. Retracing its path. So this is the first reflected ray. And this one is the second reflected ray. So I am extending this one. And when we are looking at this reflected light rays, they are going parallel. That means they will meet only at infinity. They are not actually meeting anywhere here. So they will be meeting only at infinity. So we are assuming that this image will meet at infinity. The image will meet at infinity. It is just opposite of the first one. So first one we studied, when the object is at infinity, we are getting the image at focus. Now just opposite is here. When the object is at focus, we are getting the image at infinity. Okay. So image we are getting at infinity. image at infinity. Then what about the size of the image? It is assumed to be enlarged, highly enlarged image. Highly enlarged image. Highly enlarged image. And what is the nature of the image? Nature of the image is assumed to be real and inverted. Real and inverted. Real, because they are actually meeting at infinity. So infinity they will be meeting, no actually meeting. So it can be considered as which one? Real as well as inverted image. Okay. So this light rays will be meeting at infinity. So when the object is at focus, the image we are getting at infinity. It may be highly enlarged image. Okay. And one more thing, whenever we are getting an image in front of the mirror, always it may be which one only real as well as inverted. Okay. So we have studied almost 5 cases here. In all these cases, we are getting the image only on the left hand side. Left of the mirror only we are getting the image, and then all images are real as well as inverted. But next one more case is there. Last case in concave mirror. The object is between pole and focus. Last one. Sixth one. Object is between pole and focus. Pole and focus. Last case in concave mirror. So I am taking a concave mirror here. Concave mirror. Pole. I am drawing a principal axis. Principal axis. So this is focus. This is center of curvature. Trace the distance we can mark center of curvature. And here we are assuming object is between pole and focus. Between pole and focus. So I am taking the object somewhere here. Suppose this is the object. This is the object A, B. And first rule I am taking. Consider a light ray passing parallel to the principal axis. This is the light ray coming from the object, falling on the mirror, parallel to the principal axis. After reflection, what will happen? This light ray will pass through the focus. This light ray is passing through the focus. Okay. So, a light ray passing parallel to the principal axis. After reflection passes through the focus. So, next one I am taking a light ray which is passing through center of curvature. A light ray which should touch center of curvature as well as object as well as mirror. Okay, so consider one light ray passing through which one? Center of curvature. What will happen to this light ray? It may retrace back. So it will come back. So whether the light rays are meeting anywhere? No. But they are not going as parallel. So from this picture we can identify that these light rays can meet somewhere here on this side. So what I am doing is I am extending this reflected light rays on the opposite side. And both the light rays are meeting at a point behind the mirror. Okay, and also these light rays are meeting above the principal axis. That means this image will be erect or straight image. So I am getting an image like this. Straight image I am getting. That is A dash B dash. This is the straight image. So only in this case we are getting the straight image. In all the above 5 cases we are getting the image below the principal axis. So that may be inverted image. But only this one is the erect image as well as it may be virtual also, because the light rays are not actually meeting here. Here the reflected light rays are not actually meeting, but we are appearing to meet it somewhere on the back side. Okay, light rays are appearing to meet at some other point behind the mirror. So it is a virtual and erect image. Okay. So here object is between pole and focus. So where is the image we are getting? Image is behind the mirror. Image we are getting behind the mirror. Behind the mirror. And what about the size of the image? Enlarged. Size of the image is enlarged. enlarged, and nature of the image. Nature of the image is virtual and erect. Virtual and erect. Okay, because all the virtual images are erect. So whichever image is erect means it may be virtual also, because the light rays are not actually meeting here. So these are the 6 cases in case of which one? Concave mirror. So in the case of concave mirror, in all the first 5 cases we are getting only real inverted image, and all the real inverted images we are getting only on the left hand side of the mirror. So only this virtual image we are getting behind the mirror. Okay. So next is image formation convex mirror. Image formation convex mirror, but in convex mirror we have only 2 cases. Okay, so it is very easy compared to concave. So first one is same as that of concave mirror. Object is at infinity. Object is at infinity. So I am taking a convex mirror. Convex mirror, pole. I am drawing the principal axis, and I am considering an object at infinity, somewhere at a distance. We don't know, somewhere at a distance object is there. Okay, and consider 2 parallel light rays. Whenever object is at infinity, we are considering light rays to be parallel. So I am taking one parallel light ray like this. So this is a parallel light ray coming from the object. So this is the object at infinity. So this is one parallel light ray coming from the object. So what will happen? Parallel light rays in case of convex mirror, it is a diverging mirror. So what will happen? This light ray will be diverging. This light ray will diverge, but appears to diverge from the focus. So I am extending this reflected light ray. So it will meet at a focus. This light ray will meet at focus. Similarly, I am taking another one light ray coming from the object parallel to the principal axis. Here also what will happen? This light ray will be diverging. But when I am extending this light ray, it may meet at which point? At the focus. Okay. So here these light rays are not actually meeting anywhere, but when we are extending, both the light rays are meeting at which point? At focus. So we are assuming that we are getting the image at which point? At focus. But whether it is a real image? No, it is not at all a real image, because light rays are not actually meeting. So it is considered as a virtual image. Okay, so when the object is at infinity, we are getting the image at focus. So image we are getting at focus. Image at focus. And what about the size of the image? It is point sized only. So it is point sized, highly diminished. Point sized, highly diminished. Highly diminished image, and nature of the image is, it is not actually meeting, so it is a virtual erect image. Virtual and erect. Virtual and erect. So this is the first case. Object is at infinity. Then only one more case is there. Object is between pole and infinity. It can be anywhere. The object can be anywhere between pole and infinity. So second one and the last one in convex mirror. Object between pole and infinity. Pole and infinity. Okay. So first of all, I am drawing a convex mirror. Pole. then principal axis, principal axis. So this is pole and we are considering object anywhere. So I am taking object somewhere here. So object is between pole and infinity only. Okay. So I am taking one object here. Suppose this is the object. Okay. So AB is the object. Okay. So consider first row. Consider one parallel light ray. Light ray passing parallel to the principal axis. So this is a convex mirror. So what will happen? It may diverge. So this light ray is diverging, but appears to diverge from the focus. This point is the focus. It is appearing to diverge from the focus. Okay. So this is the focus means I am putting center of curvature somewhere at this point. Twice the distance we can mark center of curvature. So first of all I have taken one light ray passing parallel to the principal axis. After reflection it is appearing to diverge from where? From the focus. Then second one I am taking the third rule, that is a light ray passing through center of curvature. Or here in the case of convex mirror we can say as a light ray which is directing towards the center of curvature, retrace its path. A light ray which is directing towards the center of curvature, retrace its path. So I am taking another one light ray. This is one light ray. So this part we have to put only dotted lines. So this light ray is directing towards which point? Towards the center of curvature. Okay. So what will happen? This light ray will be reflecting back. So this light ray will reflect back. This light ray is directing towards the center of curvature. So after reflection it may be reflecting back, retracing back. So we can see both these dotted lines are meeting at a point here. Okay. At this point. So we are getting the image at this point, that is between pole and focus behind the mirror. And what about the size of the image? Diminished. So it is the image we are getting above the principal axis. So it is an erect image, A dash, B dash. So it is an erect image as well as virtual image because we are getting the image behind the mirror. Okay. So the image, where we are getting the image? Between pole and focus. Between pole and focus. Between pole and focus behind the mirror. Size of the image is highly diminished image, small image, highly diminished. Highly diminished image. And what about the nature of the image? Nature of the image, here actually light rays are not actually meeting, they are meeting just they are appearing to meet behind the mirror. So it is considered as virtual erect. Virtual erect. So the image is virtual erect. Okay, so in the case of convex mirror, always we are getting smaller sized image. The first case when the object is at infinity, we are getting image at focus, there is also point sized image. So here when the object is between pole and infinity, at that condition also we are getting a highly diminished image. So always we are getting smaller sized image in case of which one? Convex mirror. As well as one more thing, always we are getting virtual erect image in case of which one? Convex mirror. The always image will be virtual erect. But in the case of concave mirror, in all the first 5 conditions we are getting real inverted image, and only in the last condition we are getting virtual erect image. So this much about image formation in each one concave and convex mirror, both spherical mirrors. So next we have to study about the uses of mirror that we can see on the next.